Now, 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, Lexington police are kicking off a campaign aimed at making drivers obey the speed limits. We'll tell you which areas of town they're going to be targeting.
A Lexington man is recovering this morning after a grease fire burned him. In just a few minutes, we'll have more on how you can protect yourself from this type of situation.
Rain covering the region this morning, and you know what? It's going to stay that way this afternoon, off into the night, tomorrow morning. Got a long ways to go with this heavy rain. I'll show you the effects of this coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from the WKYT News team, and welcome in here on Tuesday, March 10th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It's a little bit of a rainy start to your morning.
And it looks like the day is going to be that way, so settle in for that. Don't forget your umbrella and maybe some boots or what have you as you head out this morning. Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris, who's tracking that. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, you probably don't want to wear your best shoes outside this morning and throughout the day because this is going to be a very active weather day in terms of getting a lot of rain outside. And a lot of this rain will pick up right around an inch to about an inch and a half by the time we head off into the night. So here comes a lot of rain. You will get a break or two in the action throughout the day, but wet roadways going to be our main focus this morning. Then as we hit into the afternoon and off into tomorrow, that's when flooding concerns start to come into effect. 40s this morning, 50s this afternoon, rain for all, and that really rises that flooding concern and toward not just the next couple of days, but this takes you off into Friday, maybe even portions of Saturday too. I'll show you how much we're going to be expecting in the forecast now, coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you shortly. Thank you. More than 2,000 people in Estill County are still without water service this morning.
Estill County leaders say debris in the swollen Kentucky River is blocking the intake structure at the Irvin Water Treatment Plant. Crews are now working to clear debris from the intake. Estill County Emergency Management says the water plant is working again at full capacity, but they say the county has been quickly losing water from reserve tanks.
If people don't really start conserving, I mean, you know, bare necessities on usage, we'll see tanks go even lower, and at that point we have to start looking at critical structures. Hospital and nursing home have to have water.
For now, a boil water advisory has been issued for all of Estill County. County leaders there will hand out bottled water again today at the Estill County Fair Barn. The Estill County Superintendent says schools will stay open for now, but if the county has to issue a critical water advisory, schools will close.
In some parts of Leslie County, the only way to get around right now is by boat. Some people say they have been stuck in their homes for days because of flooded roads. Emergency crews tried to help some of those people yesterday. County leaders have closed the floodgates at Buckhorn Lake to prevent more flooding nearby.
Well, Lexington man's recovering from burns this morning after a grease fire at his home.
Emergency crews got the call around 10:30 last night at a home on Mount Rainier Drive in Lexington. And WKYT's Mark Barber is live near the scene now. Mark, good morning to you.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Firefighters say that this fire shows why it is just so important to know how to put out a grease fire safely. They say instead of putting snow on it, like a man did here on Mount Rainier Drive, use flour instead. Now, fire crews tell us that this grease fire started in a kitchen around 10:30 last night. Firefighters say a man tried to put out the fire by piling snow on it, but we're told he was burned when the fire spread to the kitchen cabinets. Fire crews tell us the stove was still on when they got here, and they stopped the fire from spreading past the kitchen. We're told the man's burns are not severe, and he was given medical care in the house. At this time, firefighters say they don't know if the fire damage will force the man out of the home. Now, fire crews say because grease fires can spread very quickly and because they are very dangerous, if you ever have one in your home, it's important to get everyone out, including yourself. Call 911 and then let firefighters handle it. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. Investigators in Laurel County still are not sure who killed a husband and wife inside their home. Police say the autopsy shows Donnie and Sharon Jackson died of gunshot wounds over the weekend. They say the couple's home on Slate Ridge Road was also set on fire, possibly to cover up the crime. Neighbors tell us Donnie was a war veteran and they cannot imagine who would want to kill the couple.
To go in on a man that has guns and pretty well always took care of himself and family, and kill two people, I can't comprehend what kind of person could do that.
London Laurel County Crime Stoppers is now offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest in that case.
A wanted man, police say, trying to run from them did not get too far. State police say 35-year-old Derek Whitlock had multiple warrants for his arrest when they showed up at his home in Georgetown yesterday afternoon. They say Whitlock ran away, but once he made it to the street, they say he ran into an oncoming state police cruiser. Whitlock was taken to UK hospital with what police are calling non-life-threatening injuries. Well, 4 people are in jail this morning after state troopers found them with 23 pounds of crystal meth. Jackie Higgs, Jimmy Jackson, and Jamie Gregory, all of Central City, and James Lamar Jr. of Indiana were all charged with drug trafficking. Troopers say they found 23 pounds of crystal meth and $20,000 at a home in Central City. They say the meth had a street value of $1 million.
Emergency crews and the gas company had quite a bit of cleanup after a gas leak in Paris. Investigators say construction workers hit a gas main along 10th Street late Monday afternoon. One home was evacuated as a precaution, and police shut down 10th Street in that area. Dispatchers told us that everything was cleared up, though, and 10th Street reopened around 11 o'clock last night.
Obey the sign or pay a fine. With this slogan and a new campaign, police are hoping to remind drivers in Lexington to slow down or pay up. They are focusing on 4 areas in particular, including portions of New Circle, Versailles, and Man O' War. WKYT's Sean Moody is live from one of those targeted areas. Sean, what does this really mean for drivers?
Good morning, Rebecca. Police that are trying to make drivers safer. They're going to be focusing on 4 areas around town. This is one of them here, Man O' War Road near Mount McKinley Way. Lexington police say higher numbers of crashes led them to start this Obey the Sign or Pay a Fine campaign. They're putting up radar trailers, those signs that show the speed limit as well as your speed. And they're also increasing patrols in some of the areas they say have high numbers of speeders. They'll focus on Versailles Road inbound between Man O' War and New Circle, the inner loop of New Circle between Tates Creek and Alumni, the outer loop of New Circle between Versailles Road and Harrodsburg Road, and the outer loop of Man O' War here around Mount McKinley Way.
Versailles Road, as you know, we've just had 2 fatal collisions, so that was one of the reasons for that. Man O' War has always been one of our higher roads for collisions, and then New Circle has just always had higher speeds.
Police said this campaign will go on through April. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
All right, Sean, thank you very much. Out there in the rain this morning, 5:07 is our time on WKYT.
Going to check out some other areas of town to see how traffic's moving with a look at live drive traffic.
Here's Broadway and High Street, and it's looking clear in that area. Of course, once again, you see the rain there, as is the case almost everywhere in the Commonwealth today. 100% chance of rain, Micah is telling us, as the day goes along. We might see a break or 2, but otherwise it's going to be a pretty rainy day. So keep that in mind. Be sure your wipers are in working order and that you're prepared out there for the day ahead. No reports of any major problems yet. WKYT this morning, just getting started. So good to have you along Tuesday.
Massachusetts has gotten quite a bit of snow over the past few weeks. One family is using it to build a really big igloo. We'll show you their new party pad in just a few minutes.
We have a flood watch in effect for all as we head throughout the afternoon and off into tomorrow afternoon. Tracking that potential for some flooding across the region, how much you can expect when it really picks up. All those answers coming up next.
Every year I operate thousands of hours. I'm turned on and off thousands of times. I keep you cool and I keep you warm. I have the best 10-year no-hassle replacement warranty around. No worries, no questions, no hassle. I am Comfort Maker. Go to comfortmaker.com today.
Introducing IHOP Crisp Croissants.
I've never tasted anything like this.
Baked, filled, folded, then topped. Try blackberry lemonade or sweet cream cheese with strawberry rhubarb.
It's a croissant, but it's been waffled.
Yeah. New Crisp Croissants at a price you'll love and only at IHOP.
Like crisscross croissant.
Glenn Toyota Frankfort is now Frankfort Toyota.
New 2015 Camrys, $3,000 off MSRP.
Frankfort Toyota, the only thing changing is the name.
Chase Freedom. The card is for the essentials. The cash back is for the fun. Chase, so you can.
Stay connected anytime, everywhere. Follow WKYT on Twitter.
The Lexus Command Performance Sales Event has begun. Command track-tested precision with the fastest-growing automotive luxury brand on the road. including the exhilarating IS, powerful GS, and first ever RC Coupe. With more new models than ever, there's never been a better time to experience Lexus performance during the Command Performance Sales Event. Get great offers on our most dynamic models now through March 31st. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 IS 250 for $349 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Thanks for this Oreo caramel shake, Kara.
Can't believe you ordered all these shakes.
Yeah.
And how do you know her name?
Oh, I kind of have nicknames for everybody based upon my order.
Caramel, Kara. Yeah.
Holly for jalapeno chocolate.
That's
and
great.
Janine for peanut butter.
Why Janine for peanut butter?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, Janine, who was nuts.
She was crazy.
25 hand-mixed real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
When I needed a new furnace, I did my research, found out that Comfort Heating and Air had the highest reviews on Google and Angie's List. So I went with Comfort Maker's 10-year no-hassle warranty. Do what I did, call the Comfort Man today.
Hey, we are
The Bully Bashers. If you're looking to buy a new home or refinance your current home, my mom, Kathy Himes, can help with the right loan.
Visit BaptistHealthTalks.com to view videos on today's health concerns.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris and First Alert Defender.
On Defender this morning, we're seeing a lot of rain out there. Good news is no severe weather. And as we go throughout the afternoon, you may hear a clap of thunder or two. And there's the look outside. There's a little bit of energy. That's why I say there's only a chance to actually hear some thunder. It's not a good chance, but really the heaviest activity, the thunderstorm activity, is now in Mississippi. But this moves through our region later on. And you see this bit of a break in the action. Usually I zoom in and show all these locations. Hey, there's some rain here, there's some rain here, moving here. But look, it's widespread over our region. You're going to wake up this morning with some rain in your neck of the woods. But there is going to be a bit of a break. It's a bit of a void spot, but then we pick it right back up as we get in toward the afternoon. Did you know this? There is a statewide tornado drill today, and that's set for 10:07 a.m. It'll last about 15 seconds, and that's going to be this morning. So just keep that in mind. Go ahead and just plan, because we're going off into severe weather season here in just a few weeks, really. It's starting to pick up, and that statewide tornado drill, once again, that's set for every single person. If you're watching this morning, it's for you at 10:07. Remember, it was delayed last week because of the nasty weather. It's going to be this morning. 46 right now in Lexington, 48 in Richmond. We even have some 50s down south. It's a good feel, but you still have some rain overhead, so it's a bit of a chilly rain, I guess you could put it that way. Widespread all throughout the day. Remember, you could have a break or two, but for the most part, it's just going to be a very heavy rain type of situation. Not just today, but it goes through the next several days. Now, you will get, Wednesday afternoon, you'll get a break. Thursday morning you'll get a break, but it picks right back up Thursday off into Friday. This takes you into tonight, and you can see 1 to maybe even 1.5 inches, 2 inches streaming out here and there. And then take you off toward Friday. It really picks up again Thursday off into Friday. And we're looking at anywhere from now through Friday, 1 to 4 inches of rain. You could have some spots in southern and southeastern Kentucky where it creeps up to about the 4-inch range when it's all said and done. And that's not good for these rivers, these streams, these creeks. We do have some flood warnings out, and we do have a flood watch in effect. Later on this afternoon, it kicks off into tomorrow afternoon. You can see the Kentucky River at Boonesboro. You got the Boonesboro Beach going on. Bill was telling us about that earlier. That was a hot spot back in the day, but Brian Thompson sent this one in. It's a good-looking shot from yesterday, but you just got to watch these water levels. If you were traveling and living beside those, just keep that in mind. You know what? Here's one picture that kind of just sums up our winter. Not really our winter, I guess our past 3 weeks, I should say. You were a fearless ally. We defeated the Snow King. Rest in pieces there, Shovel. And that's from Luther White. We appreciate that very much. Facebook. Picks of the day. 7-day forecast. No snow in our forecast. So there you go, Luther. You won't have to use that shovel, which I think you probably threw that one away. 50s and 60s outside. Remember, the breaks really come tomorrow afternoon. Look, tomorrow afternoon, low 60s, not seeing any rain. That's going to be a really good feeling day. Thursday morning, you'll take a break, but it picks right back up Thursday afternoon off into the evening. And Friday, really some heavy rain again. That Saturday rain is early in the morning, and then it slowly fades away. So really your weekend, if you're wanting to go late afternoon Saturday off into Sunday, that's a good looking weekend. I mean, we're talking 50s. Yeah, it's going to be cooler, but 48 cooler. hey, we'll take that any day of the week, especially what we have been through the past, couple of months?
Yeah.
I was about to say weeks, but really it's been months.
It's a fair trade, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you.
Hope Luther doesn't need that shovel again, you know?
Me too.
5:15 the time this morning. There's this Massachusetts family that's taken some of the snow that has fallen in their area and put it to good use.
Apparently, the McGaff family in Roslingdale built this igloo after a blizzard in January. This is in Massachusetts, but instead of watching it melt, more snow had fallen, and they had been adding onto it ever since. Their igloo now has 4 rooms. The family says they invited friends and neighbors over for a party last weekend and hosted 30 people inside. Well, at least there's a good way to keep the drinks cold. Just stick them in the wall.
Yeah, there you go. Good idea. Well, that looks like fun. All right, it's 5:15 on WKYT on your Tuesday morning. It's good to have you with us here bright and early.
I hope your Tuesday's off to a great start. We have a look at your money. Stay with us.
What could be coming to the menu at McDonald's, and where one entrepreneur is trying to bring goats to weed gardens. I'm Lauren Lister. I'll have those stories and more coming up in your CBS Money Watch report.
Your favorite little hottie is back. The Gold Star Hot Met Cheese Coney. New Hotter Met, hot habanero cheese, our famous chili, and a bold splash of sriracha. Yep, this is one old flame that just keeps getting hotter.
Gold Star Chili.
The flavor of Cincinnati.
Welcome to our sales event.
Thanks, Jen.
You're the best, Jan. Oh!
Nice.
0% APR financing on select models. Up top, you're welcome. And that's my typical day. You're up.
You wanna?
Nope.
Now, during Toyota's One for Everyone sales event, get 0.9 for $60 plus $500 bonus cash on Camry. Or lease one for $189 a month with no cost maintenance included.
This is out of this world.
You bet your asteroid.
Toyota, let's go places.
Attention, we buy houses in the Lexington area. If you need to sell quickly, call now. We'll share the current market value of your home and guarantee to make you a cash offer. We're not realtors. We can buy your home as is. We'll close professionally with a Lexington attorney. No commissions, no closing costs, not one red cent out of your pocket. You can sell in 5 days, not 5 months. Get immediate debt relief and peace of mind. Call anytime, day or night, 859-278-HELP or go to 278HELP.com.
Wake up to a new bath from One Day Bath by America's Window with a great selection of bath and shower designs. Check out special savings at americaswindowusa.com.
Sign up to play Hoops Hysteria on WKYT.com. Enter your picks each round, then watch to see if your teams win. You can win a 65-inch LED TV and MacBook Air. Sign up today to play Hoops Hysteria on WKYT.com.
Sometimes, families run a little cold. Sometimes, a little hot. But when you get together around a Papa Murphy's pizza, you create, take, and bake in your oven, you'll find one temperature that's just about perfect. Fill the whole family up with a large Papa Murphy's 5-meat stuffed pizza. Our double-layered 4-pounder is now only $11. A large 5-meat stuffed, just $11. Papa Murphy's. Love at 425 degrees.
Good morning. Nice to have you along on WKYT at 5:19 now. And if you want to clean up your overgrown garden, there's a Pennsylvania woman who has an environmentally friendly idea.
Probably not a lot of gardens right now, but
Right.
there will be a time, right? Spring is
Exactly.
coming. McDonald's is planning on offering up healthier items in an effort to boost sales. Lauren Lister has the latest on your money.
McDonald's global sales declined again last month. The world's biggest hamburger chain has been losing customers to competitors with healthier alternatives. Could the answer be kale? Analysts at Janney Capital Markets say McDonald's plans to use the leafy green in some of its menu items soon. On Wall Street Monday, stocks rose, steadying after Friday's sell-off. The Dow gained nearly 139 points and the Nasdaq added 15. Some bad news for the housing market. Repeat foreclosures were up 11% at the end of January from the prior month, reaching 12-month highs. That's according to Black Knight Financial Services. And residents in Pittsburgh who want to clear overgrown gardens may soon be able to hire a goat to help out. One entrepreneur there is crowdfunding on Indiegogo for her business Steel City Grazers. She's trying to raise $40,000 so she has goats ready to graze by summer. That's your Money Watch. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. In New York, I'm Lauren Lister.
Well, goats will definitely do the trick. Our time this morning is 5:20 on WKYT, and we're looking out here at Nicholasville and Alumni now on the south side of Lexington. And as you can see, the streets are quite wet. That's going to be the issue throughout the morning. We have no reports of any early trouble.
No, not really. Just keep it easy out there. Obviously, a little bit of rain, in my opinion, is better to deal with than a bunch of ice and snow.
Well, you're right about that. It is. It's sad to say it's an improvement, but it certainly is better to have a rainy day than what we had last week and over that long period of time. All right, good to have you along on WKYT this morning.
Sports is up next. Stay with us.
The football Cats have a lot of learning to do this spring, and the NCAA brackets won't be released for several days, but Coach Cal is bracing for a tough path to 9. That's next in sports.
PRAT's top 20 national power ranking in the home furnishings industry has improved to number 14. And to celebrate, we're having a power sell-a-thon. Get power financing. Up to 18 months, 0 interest on TVs and appliances. Power buy. Up to 20% off and more on TVs and appliances. Amana washer. Don't pay $4.99. Now $2.99. Frigidaire 18 cubic foot refrigerator. $4.99. LG 60-inch LED. Don't pay $9.99. Now $7.49. Because nobody beats PRATs.
First impressions are important. You've got to make every second count. Banking designed for the way you live your life. So you can welcome your family home for the first time. Chase, so you can.
It takes nature 90 days to grow the most golden oats. 1,800 days and a bit of rain to make the juiciest cranberries. 7,200 hours and 40,000 bees to create the purest honey. And it only takes you 3 minutes to enjoy it. Perhaps we made it too delicious. Nature Valley. Delicious granola bars made with the tastiest ingredients from nature. Nature Valley. Nature at its most delicious.
I've needed to get back in shape for a while, but my life had been in a state of flux.
My first step is losing a little bit of weight. It's a battle every day.
We enjoy doing our workout. We get each other laughing.
There's not a lot we can't do if we put our mind to it and we just start trying.
My favorite thing about Planet Fitness, we all help each other out.
You push one another.
Push, push, push. There's no reason why I can't do it.
Now through this Friday, join Planet Fitness in Lexington for only $1 down. Sale ends March 13th.
If you're searching for an injury attorney, remember this. Insurance companies know which attorneys go to trial. Choosing Golden Law Office shows them you're serious about your case. For 25 years, the nation's largest insurance companies have hired us to defend their cases. And now we're putting that inside knowledge to work for you. Insurance companies know our trial experience and results in Kentucky courtrooms. If you've suffered a serious injury and want to be taken seriously, we're here to help. Call today for a free case evaluation.
Take your news to go with breaking news and updates on WKYT.com, the WKYT News app, and on your radio on 100.1 WKQQ.
Well, we're looking outside, widespread rain, some heavy, some not so much back toward the east and northeast. You see the lighter shade, that's some light rain, but really picking up with that moderate rain down toward the south and southwest. We will get a break today. It's a bit of a break. Nashville's seeing that right now, and that'll slide into our neck of the woods here in the next few hours. But then the rain picks right back up. So it's going to be on and off all day long. Wet roadways, 46 degrees there in Corbin. Hey, at least it's not 32 and below. There'll be a lot more snow. But I won't mention that in the 7-day forecast at all. Some downpours this afternoon. Possibility of actually hearing some thunder too. No severe weather expected today, but you will still hear those tornado sirens at 10:07 due to the fact we're going to have a statewide tornado drill. Check out your pet pig today. And there's Bubba from Junie. Bubba just kind of hanging out up on the hay bale.
Kind of on the lookout,
I think so.
Yeah.
Looking for that rain. It's on its way, Bubba. That's a good looking picture right there. Good looking dog. All right, let's check out sports, see what's going on.
Next stop is the SEC tournament for the Wildcats after completing the perfect regular season. Selection Sunday, now just 5 days away. It's also my birthday if you're in the mood to buy gifts. John Calipari has never been a fan of the seeding and the brackets. After all, his team got an 8 seed just last year. Although Kentucky will be a 1 seed this time around, there's still plenty of speculation as to how the draw will turn out for Kentucky in the NCAA. But Cal has his own idea.
And I can guess the bracket. Do you want me to guess it for you?
Sure.
I bet you they slide the Lakers in there. I can give you the names, and you'll say, well, you're not in that room. How did you know?
You know, really, the Lakers aren't that good this year. They might actually have a shot there. Kentucky has the double bye in the upcoming SEC tournament. They will hit the court Friday at 1 o'clock in Nashville against the winner of Florida and Alabama. The game will be on the SEC network. And we will preview the upcoming SEC tournament coming up tonight with a 1-hour special that'll come your way at 7 o'clock on the CW Lexington. In addition to playing football, the Wildcats are learning a new language this spring. Now, they haven't broken out the Rosetta Stone, but they are diving into new terminology on the offensive side of the ball. New offensive coordinator Shannon Dawson replaces Neil Brown this spring, and while the plays will be similar, the terminology has changed, and it's been the focus through the first 2 workouts this spring.
That's all like learning a new language. It's like I told you to learn Spanish in 2 days. It'd be tough, right? I mean, just communication is, and you got some miscommunication. You got, you know, quarterback flashing signals quickly to the receiver and receiver not getting it, you know, which is typical, frustrating for me, but typical.
And Coach Dawson, he's doing a great job of getting everyone accommodated with the offense and getting them where they need to be. And from that point on, it's mostly us guys just taking it upon ourselves to learn the offense and be ready to go.
That's it for sports. We'll be back with more WKYT news after this.
Thanks for this Oreo caramel shake, Kara.
Caramel for Kara. That makes sense.
And Janine for peanut butter.
I don't get it. Why?
Because she reminds me of my ex-girlfriend, Janine, who was nuts.
25 real ice cream shakes, all half price after 8 p.m. This is how you Sonic.
Coming soon, an epic adventure.
Yeah, it's big.
I'm so excited.
Glenn Toyota is now Frankfurt Toyota. The only thing that's changing is the name, Frankfurt Toyota. Lots of familiar faces you've come to know. Plus, you're always going to get great performance and prices. The 2014 Kentucky Dealer of the Year, rated by Dealer Rater.
I love it when the good guys win.
And now, $3,000 off MSRP at Frankfurt Toyota.
Spicy Super Crunch chicken strips are not your mom's chicken strips.
What about my mom?
I like these chicken strips.
Well, we'll see how this goes. Mom, you have an admirer. She is interested?
Okay.
Chicken with a kick. Spicy Super Crunch chicken strips. This is how you Sonic.
Always tracking, always alerting, always protecting. WKYT.
After catastrophe, restoring order to your home is the primary mission of JWI Restoration and Construction. During emergency first response, sorting and securing valuables and rebuilding the structure, we work for you, the homeowner. JWI is not a program contractor for any insurance company, so we provide an unbiased assessment of the damage. We work to make sure you receive all covered repairs related to your claim. If catastrophe strikes, tell your insurance company you want the contractor you can trust. Tell them JWI Restoration and Construction.
Huh? Someone's
downstairs.
Yes, yes. It's okay, baby. Ain't getting my bad boy.
Bad Boy Mowers. Mow with an attitude.
Do you think a private college education is too expensive? Think again. Union College, established in 1879 as the first college in the beautiful Appalachian Mountains, offers affordable private undergraduate and graduate education delivered in a variety of formats. Grounded in the liberal arts, 32 majors and minors include a new bachelor's degree in nursing and new minor in Appalachian Studies. Education is your key to success. Take that first step. Union College.
Now at 5:30, a man's recovering in Lexington after a grease fire burned him. In just a few minutes, we'll have more on how to protect yourself from this very thing happening to you.
Also at WKYT this morning, Lexington police reminding drivers to obey speed limits. They're starting a campaign aimed at making drivers slow down on roads where speeding is quite common.
And we're looking at a lot of rain for today. It's going to funnel on through, and you know what? It's not going to really stop anytime soon. We'll talk all about this latest forecast when we can move the rain on out, coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, March 10th, and we're so glad you're with us on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Today may not be the best day for outdoor activities. Yesterday was great. It was beautiful.
Yeah, really. And going back into the weekend, it was really nice. But, yeah, we have some rain to deal with here. Maybe some spring flowers will come out of all this, right? Let's check in with meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center.
You know what? Yesterday we went for a walk. We took the little man for a walk around the block, and I actually saw one little green thing pop out from underneath one of these flower beds. One little green thing. So there is a sign that spring is on the way. You know what else is green? Defender. I mean, it's everywhere. We have a lot of rain expected the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll take a bit of a break, and then we'll do it all over again Thursday off into Friday. And we'll take a break today, too, for about an hour, maybe two, and then it picks right back up as we get into the afternoon. A lot of rain expected. That means wet roadways, 40s outside. At least it's not in the 30s and getting some snow out and about. 58 by the afternoon. It'll feel pretty nice, especially when you get a break or two in the action. But those downpours, maybe even a little thunder, that lasts all the way through tomorrow morning. We have a lot to talk about with a flood watch in effect, tornado drill for this morning, and I'll show you all those latest updates coming up.
Yeah, we'll see in a bit. We thank you. And, of course, we have some pretty tough results from all of this.
Right. With snow melting and heavy rain in the forecast, folks in Powell County say they're worried about flooding.
This is Sky First, the video we took from Friday to show you just how difficult the situation is there. Powell County Emergency Management says there is a chance for more flooding this week. They say they'll be alerting locals through social media and an alert system as soon as they detect a flooding threat in the area. Emergency management officials say their biggest concern is driving. They say turn around, don't drown.
Their thinking is you know, a small amount. It's not deep, but once you get out there, you don't know for sure if you can see the bottom of the water. You know, it could be worse than the road out. You not know it.
Emergency management says they went door to door last week to warn homeowners. They say they'll do that again this week if there is another flooding threat.
Take a look at this eyewitness video from Cumberland Falls. Fonda says this was shot this past weekend. As you can see, a lot more water than usual is going over the falls. Part of the observation area had to be closed because the Cumberland River is much higher than normal. You can share your eyewitness pictures and videos with us as well. Just look for the eyewitness tab on WKYT.com. Share them on our Facebook page. I wonder if it was Jane or Henry.
I'll tell you one thing, that falls looked much shorter than usual. A reminder to pass along this morning, Kentucky's statewide tornado drill is going to be held this morning. That drill was originally scheduled for March 3rd, but it had to be postponed because of bad weather on that day. At 10:07 this morning, outdoor sirens will go off, as will weather alert radios. TV and radio stations will also broadcast the alert. State leaders are asking those in the Commonwealth to use this time to practice a plan for severe weather.
A Lexington man's recovering from burns this morning after a grease fire at his home.
Emergency crews got the call around 10:30 last night at a home on Mount Rainier Drive in Lexington. WKYT's Mark Barber is live near the scene and is joining us now. Good morning, Mark.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. Firefighters say that grease fires are very dangerous and can spread very quickly, especially if you try to extinguish them with water or snow, like a man tried to do here on Mount Rainier Drive. Now, firefighters tell us that the grease fire started in a kitchen around 10:30 last night. Firefighters say when they got here, the stove was still on and the fire had spread to the kitchen cabinets. We're told a man was burned when he tried to stop the grease fire by throwing snow on it.
He was actually attempting to extinguish the fire. Apparently he was trying to use snow to extinguish the fire. And one of the things to remember about grease is you don't ever want to put water on a grease fire. You want to try to cover it or smother it with flour. But the most important thing you can do is get everybody up, call 911, and let us take care of it for you.
At this time, firefighters say they don't know if the damage to the home here on Mount Rainier Drive will force the man out of the house. As for the extent of his injuries, I'm told he was not severely burned and was able to receive medical treatment in the house last night. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you. It's 5:35 on WKYT this morning, and friends are raising money for the family of a 9-year-old boy who was shot in Lexington over the weekend. Police say the boy was riding in a car with his family when someone fired a shot into the car as it traveled down Hollow Creek Road. The boy is right now recovering at Kentucky Children's Hospital. Friends tell us the family needs help in paying the boy's medical bills.
That's the last thing that we want them to worry about is their financial situation. Father lost his job a month ago. They're obviously not going to be working anytime soon. They lost their car in all of this, their only mode of transportation.
Lexington police have not arrested the shooter, but they have released a composite sketch of what they think he looks like. They're also looking for a white Nissan Maxima that they think could have been involved in the shooting. If you want to help the family out, you can find links to fundraising websites on our website at WKYT.com.
An operation led by the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency led to the arrest of more than 2,000 convicted criminals across the country. That operation included 13 arrests made in Kentucky. 2 were arrested in Lexington, 1 in Georgetown, and 1 in Nicholasville. ICE officials say those arrested nationwide are from 94 countries.
We have more information this morning about a deadly mine accident that happened late Sunday in West Virginia. We now know that the mine's owner, Murray Energy, received a number of citations for federal safety violations at the McElroy mine. It comes from a spokesperson from the Mine Safety and Health Administration. The accident killed John Garlow and injured 2 other miners. 2 of the citations were about protection from falls, which is exactly what killed Garlow. Folks who live nearby say they hope the injured miners recover soon.
One's in the hospital. I hope to get better so they can get back to work, because I know their wives is needing them and all their families.
Safety officials say they will soon release a report on what their investigation discovers.
An Ohio man accused of plotting a terror attack on the U.S. Capitol is now talking to the media from a Kentucky jail. 20-year-old Christopher Cornell confirmed his affiliation with the terror group ISIS and told media members that ISIS groups in every state, he says. He also says if he would not have been arrested, he and other ISIS members would have planted pipe bombs and shot the president.
Like I said, I was targeting President Obama, the Senate, and the House of Representative members. What the media also failed to mention was the planned attack against Israel, planning on attacking the Israeli embassy, 2 buildings with Congress member offices, and U.S. Army places as well.
Cornell is now charged with attempted murder of U.S. officials and employees, as well as solicitation to commit a violent crime. Each count carries a possible sentence of 20 years in prison.
The case against a former U of L basketball player accused of rape is now going to a grand jury. Chris Jones is accused of raping 2 women at a get-together in an apartment complex on February 22nd. One of those women also accused 2 other men, Tyvon Walker and Jalen Tilford, of rape. All 3 men are now under house arrest. Their cases will be presented to the Jefferson County Grand Jury next month.
Obey the sign or pay a fine. With this slogan and a new campaign, police are hoping to remind drivers in Lexington to slow down or pay up. They're focusing on 4 areas in particular, including portions of New Circle, Versailles, and Man o' War. WKYT's Sean Moody is live from one of those targeted areas. Sean, good morning.
Good morning, Rebecca. Police say higher numbers of crashes in certain areas of Lexington led them to start this program. One of those areas is here along Man o' War Boulevard near Mount McKinley Way. Police say there are 4 areas of town where speeding and crashes have gotten higher. Versailles Road inbound between Man o' War and New Circle, the inner loop of New Circle between Tates Creek and Alumni, the outer loop of New Circle between Versailles and Harrodsburg Roads, and the outer loop of Man o' War Boulevard around Mount McKinley Way. Police are bringing in radar trailers, those signs that show the speed limit as well as your speed, and they'll also be increasing patrols in those areas. Drivers we talked to said they hope this helps.
The speed traps and whatever it takes to keep people safe, the innocent ones, and maybe save you from yourself, I really don't see a problem with it.
Police say this campaign will go on through April. Live in Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Well, the snow may be off the roads, but now potholes are popping up. They are just a few inches deep, and they can cause flat tires and bend rims. Some of them go, pretty deep. Road crews are trying to patch them up as fast as they can, but they ask you to report potholes when you see them. For Lexington States and Roads crews, you can make reports online. Even if you hit a pothole and it doesn't damage your tires, experts suggest getting your car's alignment checked out anyway.
A car may feel like it drives fine, but you could knock an alignment out. It may not be a pulling issue, and then you're going to wear tires down a lot quicker than usually would.
Car happens to be damaged by a pothole on a state road, you may be able to request a reimbursement for repairs through the State Board of Claims.
Yeah, be careful just trying to avoid those potholes, because as well people will swerve to avoid them, and that can cause trouble of its own. 5:41, our time right now as we check live drive traffic and see what's going on early on this Tuesday morning.
Not a whole lot really to speak of. I-64 and I-75 looks good.
It does. Of course, the rain is coming down. We anticipate that will be the case through most of the day today. So wipers on, certainly your seatbelt on, and be careful. Have a little patience out there this morning. Might want to leave, a couple of 3 minutes early this morning to account for that rain. Still a lot more news coming up on WKYT on your Tuesday morning. It's good to have you along with us.
A Lexington store has launched a Wildcats t-shirt into space. We'll tell you where this shirt ended up in just a few minutes.
And we're looking outside, a lot of rain, widespread rain across the viewing area. Look, everyone will at least see a drop today, so we have a 100% chance of seeing that more activity down toward the south and southwest heading in our direction. Flooding threat is there, and I'll show you that coming up next.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you anytime, everywhere. WKYT.
I have a genetic problem where I'm missing a few of my permanent teeth. I went into Pearson & Justice to get some implants put in. It was definitely some extensive work that I had to get done, but I was calm and relaxed the entire time. I always hated looking at pictures of my smile before. I mean, I'm the first one to jump in front of a camera now. I love the way that my smile looks, and I wouldn't be able to sit here and say it if it wasn't for Pearson & Justice.
Have you all ever wanted to attend a church where you thought you were at home? A place where you feel like you're a part of something. Trinity Hill United Methodist Church is a place where you're a part of something, a part of Christ's family.
Join us on Sundays for worship at 8:30 for traditional service, 10:30 for our contemporary service, 12 o'clock for the Ghanaian African service, or 6 o'clock for the Hispanic Spanish-speaking service.
We offer children's and youth programs grounded in biblical teaching. So please join us at Trinity Hill United Methodist Church, where everyone is a minister.
Say bye to the winter blues. Move to Bridgepoint at Ash Grove Woods now and save $4,500. Enjoy faith-inspired senior living, including assisted senior care and memory care at Bridgepoint, a Christian care community. Delicious food prepared by our own Chef James Baker, the Jazzman, and the personalized attention of our best friends' approach to care. Move in by February 28th and you'll save $4,500 on rent. For more information on Say Bye to the Winter Blues special, call Bridgepoint at Ash Grove Woods today.
Hi, I see here on my glasses that it's your sales event.
Yeah, we have low APR financing and some great lease offers. Check out the bold new Camry.
Wow, that's really nice. I gotta get a closer look. Wow, there's so much stuff.
Careful.
If I could just see where I was going.
Now, during Toyota's One for Everyone sales event, get 0.9 for $60 plus $500 bonus cash on Camry. Or lease one for $189 a month with no cost maintenance included.
Now this is cool.
That's easy to see.
Toyota, let's go places.
When I fill a prescription.
When I listen to a symptom.
When I offer advice.
I'm not helping a customer. I'm helping my mailman.
I'm helping my son's soccer coach.
I'm helping my dentist.
I'm helping my neighbor.
I'm helping my neighbor.
And together, we're helping our community.
Get to know your neighbor at goodneighborpharmacy.com.
Visit Lakeshore Pharmacy in Burnside or Thompson's Pharmacy in Harrodsburg.
Play Kentucky's 5-card cash and you get a chance to win instantly. And then again during the nightly drawing. All you need is $2 and some luck.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris and First Alert Defender.
A lot of rain out and about this morning. It's going to be a wet go at it. You're going to have to add a few extra minutes to that early morning commute. No severe weather expected today, but I just want to continue to tell you a tornado drill at 10:07 this morning. So you will hear tornado sirens go off for about 15 seconds. It's always good. Severe weather season is coming up. Spring severe weather season. Just go ahead and have that plan in place. No severe weather expected. You could hear a rumble of thunder. And that's down toward this south and southwest. There will be energy there. That's what I'm saying. It's a possibility to hear it. It's not very likely. Either way, you're going to get some heavy rain. We will get a break here in the next few hours. As there's a break kind of rolling through Nashville, it'll slide into our neck of the woods, and then we'll pick up some really heavy rain as we work our way through the day. Now, we do have a flood watch in effect. Now, this will go into effect this afternoon, off through tomorrow afternoon. It's for everybody, as you can see. A lot of rain expected, 1 to 2 inches with this bout of rain. And then we head toward Thursday into Friday, another additional 1 to maybe even 3 inches of rain. So all in all, we could see 1 to 4, maybe even 5 at the very highest. I mean, here comes some really good rain with those roadways really wet. Temperatures are in the 40s this morning. Hey, much better than 30s and having some snow flying around the region. That is for sure. We are done with that. But this is picking up on this very well. I want you to see this. Look toward noontime into the early afternoon hours. Here comes that possibility of hearing a rumble of thunder here or there. But that passes on through. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Look at that. London at 66 this afternoon. This is one particular model. If we do get out of that rain just for a couple of hours, it'll really ramp up those temperatures with those winds coming out of the south and southwest. So it'll feel really nice if we can get away from some of that rain. There's a lot of it to go. Look toward tomorrow morning, though. You'll have the chance during the morning hours, and then it will move on out. Tomorrow afternoon looks phenomenal. 63 there in Lexington on this particular model, 62 Danville, and we clear some things out too. We'll even get some peaks of sunshine tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon will feel great. Mark my word. Here are the weather headlines, rounds of heavy rain. That will put that flood risk into effect, especially as we go throughout the next 24 hours. It kind of calms down, I would say, more or less Wednesday afternoon off into Thursday morning, and then it picks up Thursday into Friday. So there's another flood risk into the next system coming on later on during the work week. Thunder and lightning is a possibility, but remember, no severe weather expected today when you hear those tornado sirens go off this morning. 7-day forecast next few days in the 50s and 60s. We'll get that break later afternoon Wednesday into Thursday morning, and then Thursday afternoon off into Friday. That's when the heavy rain picks back up. There's early rain on Saturday, but it clears on out. So we do have breaks in here and there, but unfortunately we still have some snow melting and we still have a lot of rain to go. So there will be a flood risk there for the creeks, rivers, and streams. Just got to be watching out.
What about today? Do we get any break in this rain?
You will get a break. Maybe an hour or two at most, but yeah.
When is that hour or two? Exactly.
Here in the next few hours, I would say. Yeah.
Still at work.
Probably just before noontime, but then it picks right back up.
All right. Well, I won't be able to get that jog in outside like I did yesterday.
Take your lunch during that time, right?
Yeah, I guess
Maybe that'll work out. All right, Micah, thank you so much. 5:48 our time on WKYT this morning.
It has been in the works for weeks now, and now Wildcat Warehouse has accomplished a pretty neat feat.
The store launched a T-shirt commemorating UK's undefeated regular season into outer space. The shirt says undefeated and beyond. It traveled 100,000 feet into the air. That's 18 miles. The store says one of the owners has been planning that unique promotion for about a month. The owner and his son used a weather balloon armed with a GoPro camera. They launched the T-shirt from Jasper, Indiana this past weekend. It traveled 279 miles in 2.5 hours before it landed in a wooded area in Pike County. So there you go.
I'm sorry, but I still see a cat head on that thing. I don't know why.
You mean you would like to?
Yeah, like maybe they could Photoshop it in or whatever the term is, kind of edit it in there. It'd be kind of fun, you know.
You'd like to add that to the design, huh? Okay.
If you're listening out there, right? Coming up, you'll get the stories making news right now.
We'll be checking traffic, see how things are moving along out there in the rain. We'll also have some health news and a lot more. Hey, it's good to have you along here on WKYT This Morning.
Wherever you are when severe weather hits, you can be assured you are protected. Whether you're at home, at work, or in your car.
Back with more severe weather coverage.
As the storm approaches,
Storms we've been talking
as
about.
things get bad, even when the lights go out.
Keep you up to date on the tornado warning that
WKYT is tracking, alerting, protecting. Everywhere when you need us most. WKYT.
Progressive Insurance here, and I'm a fox who thrives on the unexpected. Ha ha! Shall we dine? You wouldn't expect an insurance company to show you their rates and their competitors' rates, but that's precisely what we do. Going up? Nope. Coming down. And if you switch to Progressive today, you could save an average of over $500. Stop it. So call me today at the number below. Or is it above? Dismount! Oh, and he sticks the landing.
Is this color the best? How about this one? Maybe this. At Rogers Floor Covering, have great peace of mind when you pick out the next carpet color for any room in your house. Don't like it? We'll provide you with a different color carpet free of charge. Carpet, hardwood, tile, vinyl, and also stain and finish hardwoods with a dustless system. We are locally owned and we want to help you make the right flooring and installation decisions for your home and ensure your satisfaction for years to come. Rogers Floor Covering, experience you can trust.
So I can wish for anything?
Yes.
A puppy!
Affordable home internet.
Well, I can make that wish come true.
Excuse me?
With Time Warner Cable's everyday low-price internet, you get the speed and reliability you need for surfing and emailing for $14.99 a month.
Until it goes up.
No, that's the price, and it's backed by their better guarantee.
Well, that sounds perfect, actually.
Call now to get everyday low-price internet for $14.99 per month. Time Warner Cable. Enjoy better.
Can't say thank you enough. You've made my life special by being a part of it.
Glad you made it, buddy.
Thanks for inviting me.
Thanks again, my friends. For everything, for all your help.
Through all life's milestones, our trusted advisors are with you every step of the way.
Congratulations. Thanks for helping me plan for my retirement. You should come celebrate with us. I'd be honored.
Plan for your goals with advisors you know and trust, so you can celebrate today and feel confident about tomorrow. Chase, so you can.
When you're hungry for the craveable taste of tender fish and shrimp, nothing's better than Long John Silver's. Now, for a limited time, enjoy our new crispy golden fish and shrimp basket for just $3.99 at Long John Silver's.
If you've been injured in an accident, your injuries can last a long time, even a lifetime. Visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you anytime, everywhere. WKYT. Take your news to go with breaking news and updates on WKYT.com, the WKYT News app, and on your radio on Wild 103.9.
Good morning. Nice to have you along on WKYT this morning, 5:52 on your Tuesday.
Let's take a look right now at some of the stories we were working on at this hour.
One man was treated for burns last night after a fire at a home in Lexington. It happened around 10:30 on Mount Rainier Drive off Manowar Boulevard. Fire crews found a grease fire in the kitchen that had spread to the cabinets. And firefighters say they were able to extinguish the flames quickly because the home had working smoke detectors.
Police are hoping to remind drivers in Lexington to slow down or pay up. The first phase of their campaign starts today. Police will put up radar trailers around town with a speed limit sign showing your speed as you approach it. Police will also be keeping a close eye on some roads in particular It includes for sales, man of war, and stretches of news circles. So keep that in mind and slow down.
Interesting. They're putting right out there where they're going to be, so you know ahead of time.
Yeah, Republican lawmakers once again trying to challenge the president on foreign policy, particularly when it comes to Iran.
On Monday, 47 Republican senators issued an open letter to the leaders of Iran against President Obama's proposal to limit the country's nuclear program, warning them that any deal reached with the president could only last as long as he remains in office. President Obama, along with other Democrats, denounced the move.
Women taking hormone replacement therapy for menopause symptoms may be damaging their heart. That Health News tops your health headlines this morning.
That's according to British researchers who tracked 40,000 postmenopausal women. They found that HRT did not protect against cardiovascular disease. In fact, they say it even increases the risk of stroke.
Researchers at Oxford say they've isolated the human ouch zone, the part of the brain related to pain. Experts examined the brain images of patients experiencing pain and found that the area known as the dorsal posterior insula seems to be responsible for actually how much something hurts. 5:54 is the time. Let's get a check at this hour on today's traffic trouble spots with a look at live drive traffic. The roads are a little wet because of some morning rain. Nicholasville and Shady Lane looking pretty clear. Not too many issues to speak of today. There may be some touch and go pothole repair around town this week in particular because, of course, following last week's snow and ice event causes some of the pavement to crack, and so you'll see some of those repairs. Now it's time to check what's making news online. Bill joins us with what's happening on the web.
Well, the time is 5:55. Wherever you are today, we'll have all the latest for you on WKYT.com. Some areas preparing for more flooding as the rain that returned overnight keeps coming. You can track the showers as they make their way across Kentucky. Hopefully, we'll get a few breaks in this wet pattern that is set in. Of course, Micah's updated forecast is available anytime on our First Alert weather page. Our most viewed story right now is about Lexington police announcing that crackdown on speeders. Our story online gives you more details, including exactly where police will focus their efforts in a campaign they're calling Obey the Sign or Pay a Fine. And as you know, school leaders are trying to figure out ways to make up some of those days missed because of the harsh winter weather. Now the state legislature is considering allowing schools to make up at least one of those days by holding class on primary election day, which is May 19th. We'll be keeping track of that. A lot of happening right now in the schools in Fayette County, including redistricting. Kentucky.com looks at that and also reports on the proposed STEAM Academy that would be a specialized 600-student high school on UK's campus. Also, Jeb Bush has hired Kentucky Republican strategist Scott Jennings, who was instrumental in Senator Mitch McConnell's re-election last year. CBS This Morning will follow us at 7 with world and national news, and of course we'll have local updates as well. Join us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and for the latest news anytime, go to WKYT.com. First Alert Defender, pretty green this morning.
Very green. Yeah, we're looking outside, a lot of rain expected, and you can see widespread this morning. It's for everyone. You will see rain today if you're watching this morning. Good news is, I guess, we're going to take a bit of a break there. Close to Nashville, you can see that void spot, and that will slowly transition into our neck of the woods. You will get a break or two today, but for the most part, it's just going to be a rainy day. Do not wear your best shoes as you head throughout and take off this morning. I'll show you your latest forecast, not just today, but the next few days. A lot of rain to go. Another hour. WKYT News in just a couple of minutes.